All right, folks, good morning. All right, folks, good morning. All right, folks. All right, let's get started here. So for today, um, Thursday, May 15th, we have the following information. At 8:30 a.m., we had core PPI month over month. Sorry, give me 1 second. I had to correct something here. All right, we had core PPI month over month, which came in softer than expected. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong place. Sorry. There we go. We had core PPI month over month that came in softer than expected, a lot softer. We had core retail sales month over month, which came in softer than expected. PPI month over month came in a lot softer than expected. Retail sales month over month came in better than expected. Unemployment claims came in as expected. The Empire State Manufacturing Index came in worse than expected, and the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index came in better than expected. We have FOMC Chairperson Powell, who spoke this morning, and probably is still speaking. Let's see. Uh, yeah, probably still speaking right now. At 9:15 a.m., we'll have capacity utilization rate and industrial production month over month. None of these are expected to have any significant impact. At 10 a.m., business inventories month over month and the NAHB housing index. Not expecting that to have an important impact. All day we'll have, Sunday today we'll have mortgage delinquencies again. Not expecting a significant impact unless maybe there's a massive surprise. And at 2:05 p.m., we'll have FOMC member Barr speaking. So all the major stuff has already happened as far as news that came out. So let's look at PPI. Okay, so a change in prices of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. So again, something that gives us some idea of how expensive things are or are not. And as you can see, you had the bump over here, but now we're actually seeing prices falling sharply. Now that's let's see, is that yeah, that's the third time this year. March, April, and May, 3 times this year we've been negative, right? So this is definitely prices falling, that's for sure. Let's look at retail sales. Uh, Retail sales month over month, we're just looking at change in the total value of sales at the retail level. That did come in softer than expected, which that would be considered a negative, I would say. You would obviously want more sales, but seems to be mostly in line with what we've seen recently, so it doesn't seem like it's a massive difference. PPI month over month, this is also, for prices of goods, and as you can see, we have a sharp decline there. So that's the second time in the last few months that that's happened. All right. So basically, we're seeing prices consistently come down. All right. So that being said, that kind of gives us an idea of what the picture looks like in terms of pricing and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and take a look at the market. Now, looking at the market, here's what we see. We can see that the QQQ ETF is down from where it was on during yesterday's session on Wednesday. We're still within the price range that we traded yesterday, but we're trading at the lower band of that. And of course, up here at the dotted red lines where we closed. It looks like we're heading back up there, but you can see we did make a pretty large departure from there. But it doesn't look like the markets going into the regular session are going to accept that decline. So it looks like we're heading back towards the previous session's close, perhaps before the session starts. And yesterday we did find an opportunity. It was a really weak day, very neutral, as you saw. We did find INTC, and we only were able to make a small profit on that since it didn't persist in going lower. It fell shy of our expectations as far as how far it could go. Um, we were looking for it to get down to 21.27, but it bottomed out somewhere around 21.45. Let's take a look at the pre-market then and see what's active right now. So let's take a look at AMIX first, which is presently up only 4%. So it's up a lot more. So we'll pass on that since it's not up enough now. AYTU is next. That is currently up 38.5%. 17.1 million shares traded. It's at least $1 per share, so that certainly qualifies for our list. We'll go ahead and add that to our radar. The symbol is AYTU. Next up is CREV. That's currently up 22.37% of 4.5 million shares, at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our radar. All right, next up is CRWV, which is currently up only 0.5%, so not moved enough, so we'll skip that. Next up is NXTT, and that currently is up 5.38%, so not enough. We'll add that to our possibilities list, but that is definitely not up enough right now. Next up is maybe RGTI. Doesn't look like it's moved enough. Nope, down 2.4%, so not enough. We'll skip that. Okay, I see SMCI, but that hasn't moved enough. Only about 2%. And then Tesla, let's see. Yeah, not enough. Okay, so that's all I see so far. Let me post what I found, only 2 symbols. So if you folks see any other stocks meeting all 4 criteria, other than the 2 I just mentioned, let me know in the chat. KDLY is mentioned, so let's take a look at that. 11.7%, 1.2 million shares, at least $1 per share. So yes, that qualifies. We'll add that. ICCT, 7.9%, up 1.1 million shares, at least $1 per share. Yep, that qualifies. NFE, currently down 37.76%, 2.3 million shares, at least $1 per share. Okay. All right, so that's all we have right now. And so if you folks see any other stocks that meet our 4 criteria, let me know in the chat. 4 criteria are: must be a NASDAQ listed stock, trading at least $1 per share. In the current pre-market, must have achieved at least a 6% price change currently that's positive or negative, and at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume. So if you see any other stocks other than the few that we just mentioned, let me know in the chat. We'll take a look. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap up for today's session, folks. Please be sure to like the video. I see we have 5 likes, but more than 5 people watching. Please be sure to hit the like button. It greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you get notifications when we produce a new video. And if any of you are watching this video on a replay and you're not familiar with our company, check out fundertrading.com, our website. You'll see a link in the description to this video. Other than that, for everyone who's part of the coaching program, I'll see you there. In about 15, more like 16 minutes, we'll pick up for today's session. All right, folks, have a great trading day, and I'll see you for tomorrow's Premarket Pulse. Take care.